press conference of Maria was intended for a very different purpose. We need about 10-15 days preparation for a first look event. So I can't know it today and I can't plan it for tomorrow morning. Crime which happened at that time, it shocked the nation. If a couple can have sex in front of a dead body, which is so horrific to hear, so I would really love to write someday maybe. Hi, this is Ram Gopal Varma and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
Another thing has been said that you just had the first look launch of your film on the day the verdict was to be announced in the Maria Susaraj case. That was one thing. Apart from that, there are many other things that Maria's press conference, I think, has become very famous. Yeah. Many would say that has Mr. Varma, did he get some ideas from that press conference कि यार थोड़ा सा climax कुछ twist करते हैं or something to that effect, or maybe we can have a press conference of Mahi Gill on the similar lines.
For the film, you mean?
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I think at least from my knowledge, the press conference of Maria was intended for a very different purpose. Maybe the lawyer wanted to dispel some misinformation, whatever the reasons are. I don't have any intention at that, because to start with, Not a Love Story is not really about the court trial. It's not about innocence. It's not about guilt. It's about the emotional and the mental trauma, if, say, a couple can go through when they're put in a situation like that. That's what it focuses upon. So the drive is not on the investigation nor on the trial per se. Now, the other thing what you asked me about the timing of the first look was that I don't run the judiciary, and there's no way in India, at least, which everyone admit, you never know when the court will come out with what. It is, I would expect maybe in a day in advance you might know, at most. I would think when the judgment has been delivered. I think
the media had already said that the verdict will be out and something to that
effect. That's what I'm saying. When did they say? My question. See, anybody remotely connected to films will know that you need about 10-15 days preparation for a first look event. Sure. So I can't know it today and I can't plan it for tomorrow morning. That's not going to happen.
The first look promo, I think, is very engaging. But at the same time, it's bound to, as has happened with your earlier films as well, there will be, I think, a diametrically opposite viewpoint. Some will be loving the shocking stream of events that is happening, and some will be critical that there's a dead body and the guy, the way he's chopping off the dead body, and after that they are making love, and it's a very graphic description of love making as well. These are images which are not expected, which are not obvious. Coming from a Ram Gopal Varma, it's not surprising, but yes, from a layman's perspective, people will be shocked, and I think that is your intention as well.
Absolutely. See, the whole idea, if the crime which happened at that time, it shocked the nation. It shocked on the content, it shocked on the way it happened, and all this is in the public domain. So when you're making a film on it, you can't avoid that aspect, the very aspect which shocked us, and which is the very aspect which interested me in making the film. So now, if a couple can have sex in front of a dead body, which is so horrific to hear, but to be able to understand what kind of an emotion could have triggered that off, instead of just seeing it and getting horrified and thinking of them as some kind of a monsters or weirdos, which is not the point. Sure. I would like to know what is it which triggered off two very ordinary people to do something as horrific as that.
Looking at the way you're tweeting and the way you're just expressing your thoughts and all, one would say that you have a book somewhere inside you. So can we see you just turning an author or writing something?
I don't know. I have the patience. I mean, in fact, I wrote a book in Telegu, because that's where I come from, and and that kind of became a bestseller. Supposedly one of the biggest sellers in publication history in Telegu. But I would like to write, because see, book is eventually, you can put things where when you're trying to talk through a film, it still comes in a story and the characters, and there's so many things which can dilute it or change the tone of the context, Sure. When you're writing, I feel it will be more straight to the point and what you want to make. So I would really love to write someday, maybe.
You've done in Telugu, but I think even in English you have an expression, in fact. So, and you keep on just using the local lingo as well. That was Mr. Ram Gopal Varma talking about the threat that has been given to him recently by the BJP Yuva Morcha, and he has stated his point of view objectively, how he feels about it. He has also spoken about his film Not a Love Story and various aspects and the controversy surrounding it so far. Urmila Matondkar is not launching the music of the film as stated by certain sections of the media. He's also clarified his point of view once again on the tweet that he had done on Mr. Bachchan and Buddha Hoga Tera Baap. And also he has expressed his thoughts about love or maybe the lack of it. Thank you very much, sir. Lovely to have you as always on Bollywood Hungama. And all the best wishes for all your future ventures, and I think admire your strength to just stand up against all the maybe negative forces. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.